She said, "Do you love me?" I tell her only partly. I only love my bed. Oh, I didn't see you guys there on my phone. Let me take this out. Man, these things are crazy if you think about it. How can such simple things like this create sound from this? Honestly, if you think about it, it's really crazy. I came across this question actually a couple of weeks ago, and it started to weigh in on me. So after a while, I just decided to use this as my topic for this presentation. And with that being said, so first I'm going to be discussing the wiring that goes on in these earphones right here. And then after that, I'll be discussing what's actually inside the earbuds. And then lastly, I'll be discussing the importance of the jack or the plug, whatever you prefer to call them. Well, first, I'll be discussing the wiring. The wiring within the earphones is what makes the magical sound be outputted through the earbuds. the writing is, the wiring is like your heart, and the current that flows through the wires is like your blood flow. In order for your heart to work, your blood must flow constantly throughout your body. I found an article on online. It's called Wired.com, and in that article it stated that an earphone is a loop of wire with current running through it. The electric current in the loop then interacts with a permanent magnet that is inside the earbuds, which then pushes air out of the earbuds, creating sound. The current is created and released from the phone or music player, whatever you decide to use, that you are currently using. It then goes through the wires into a coil that is inside of here. We'll get to that later. And then goes back into the music device. This creates the endless current between the two that is needed to output the music. Now that I have explained how the wiring works, I'm going to go into the speakers or the earbuds. So, you call them speakers, but honestly, it is not a speaker. Is the sound is being made from a magnet, and the current that is being transferred into the magnet through the wires. So, with that being said, I'm gonna just hop right into it. The speakers within the earphones are very complex when being made, but I'm gonna try to simplify it as much as possible for you guys. So this is what the earbuds consist of. They consist of two separate wires, a coil inside the earbud, obviously, a magnet, and a back and a front case, a seal, and a plastic cone. Not every earbud has a seal. Like these ones, you can't really see the seal. It's inside, but majority of them do have them. So on this website I found, explainthatstuff.com, it described each part and what it does. So the back case, right here, this part, is designed to hold everything together. It keeps everything intact, and it allows the wires to run from the bottom of the earphones to the top. The front case, right here, is the one that is put into your ear, so you feel it in your ear. Sometimes it's covered with a little like gauze or foam. It could also be covered with rubber as well. But that is basically just the front case is for the comfort of your ear and to stay in your ear. The seal is what keeps the front and the back together and everything inside of it in place. As you can see, these ones don't have the seal outside; it's inside. But yeah, the wires, as I said before, input the make the current travel through. Um, they connect to the magnet, and it creates the sound. The magnet is where the current goes and pushes the air out, as I explained before. The coil inside of it becomes the electromagnet when electricity flows through it. When the electricity flows through it, sorry. And then there's also a transparent plastic cone in here. It's honestly just there to keep everything in place and to how do I say this? to regulate the currents to get into the magnet and then back out into the device. So now that I have gone over the earbud, I'm going to discuss the importance of the earphone jack, or as I like to call it, the plug. So the plug on the earphone jack is probably the most important part. With the plug, you are able to connect your phone into the earbuds without having to connect many wires, as you have to do with like stereo systems and speakers and DJ systems and all that. The plug is the conductor. It allows the electric current to travel between the earbuds and the music device equally and constant. Without the plug, the sound will not be able to be permitted out of the speakers. So if the plug is like halfway in, it won't fully work. If it's a thirds in, it probably won't work at all, most likely. But it has to be all the way in. I'll explain why in a second. So within this plug, there are 3 to 4 segments, depending on if you have a mic on your earphones as well or not. So these segments help regulate what is working. So as I said before, if you plugged it in 1/3, only whatever this part right here, this segment contains will work, and then so forth and so forth as you go on. The only time you get everything fully and equally working is when you completely put it in. The top 2 segments are used for the earbuds, the left and the right one, obviously. And the bottom 2 are used for the mic and the phone. So like to keep the electro current constantly moving through all of them equally without them becoming in contact with each other and interrupting each other's jobs. So what the segments do is they help the wires become electromagnetically, sorry, that's hard to explain, say, shielded from each other so that they do not interact with one another's jobs, as I said before. So with that being said, that is how earphones work. The plug allows the electric current to travel through each wire, and the wires send pulses to the magnets in the earbuds, creating the sound. Earphones are like a car, if you think about it. The earphone jack is like the key. The earphones all together is the car, and the speakers, or the earbuds, the magnets, are the engine, and the wiring is the gas. Think about it like that. So once you put the key in the ignition and you turn it, the gas pumps through the wires, as I said before, or the engine, it pumps through the engine, and eventually starts the car and keeps it running. Once it starts, the gas is currently circulating through the engine until it is turned off. Same as these. So basically, if you think about it, earphones are just a never-ending cycle. It starts with earphone plug or jack and ends with earbuds, but it never really ends because it's an endless cycle. Because of the electric current that is sent from the jack to the wires to the earphones, it makes it work. Thank you. That's all I have time for. I appreciate you guys' time. Have a good night.